What's the difference and what is like 6 DOF and 9 DOF?
Okay, so DOF actually stands for degrees of freedom. It basically is how many dimensions of information that you are going to record. So basically, a 6 DOF IMU is going to be an accelerometer plus a gyroscope. Now what the accelerometer measures is basically your acceleration in the x, y, and z directions. Now if we were in space where there's no gravity, it would have been enough to just have an accelerometer and we wouldn't need the gyro at all. But on Earth, the accelerometer is going to measure the acceleration of our robot plus the acceleration due to gravity. So in order to determine the acceleration of our robot, we also need to know the gravitational vector. That's why we need another 3 degrees of freedom that the gyroscope gives us. Now, unlike the accelerometer, which measures the acceleration along the 3 axes, what the gyroscope does is it measures the angular velocity around each one of the x, y, and z axes. So with a gyroscope, basically, we can get just the g vector, the vector that shows the acceleration due to gravitation, like that. So then to find the acceleration of the robot, we take the measurement by the accelerometer and do a vector subtraction, and we get the acceleration of our robot itself. That's
quick question.
Yep.
How does the gyroscope like locate the gravitational vector?
Well, basically, you need to when you first get a gyroscope, you need to calibrate it. So you first set it on maybe a table that you know is level.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the code, basically you set that as the 0 point. So you know that
Directly down.
it's going to be directly down. And then the gyroscope is always going to give you the angular velocities. It's going to give your angular velocity omega. So then what you do is you integrate omega over time. So basically you take the integral over time to get the angular position. From that you can figure out which way the gravitational vector is pointing.
And you of course need an initial angular position.
Exactly, you need an initial angular position because when you integrate this you are going to get
constant
theta plus c. So the c is what you determine when you first calibrate your gyro.